Now, though, we want to talk about some great food. People who love pumpkin, they say they would eat it on everything, and this is the perfect time of the year for pumpkin everything. But have you ever heard of pumpkin pizza? Well, we're going to taste it today. We've got a couple of people with us. I'd like to introduce you to Adam and Apinya Ross, and they are the owners of Apinya Thai Food Company. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
So I don't know too much about Thai cooking, but I do know it's spicy.
Yeah.
All right?
It is spicy. It's a bit well known for spicy food, very tasty, hot, and heat up your taste bud really well.
Is this the kind of food you grew up eating, Apinya?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I grew up in Thailand. Yes.
So you must miss it in a way, right? In this country, things are too bland for you, probably, right?
I know.
And Adam, have you come to love spicy foods as well?
Yeah. I really started to enjoy Thai food. This recipe actually came about because, well, out of necessity, I needed to make something, so I threw things together from our fridge. It's kind of a combination of pizza that I would make at home and then her Thai heritage, so we have all these Thai ingredients.
And you're using a special pumpkin chili sauce that you made, right?
Yeah,
Tell us about that. I think you've got some of it
Sure.
right there.
This is an example. We made a pumpkin sauce based on pumpkin Penang, if you've ever had that at a Thai restaurant. So we made this hot sauce, and then for the fall we added pumpkin as the main ingredient. So it's pumpkin, coconut milk, shallots, lemongrass, and kaffir lime leaf,
Wow.
which are all very Thai ingredients.
And Penang, I understand, is curry. Is that right?
Yeah, Penang is curry. Curry is just a generic word that means spice mixture, though. People think it's a specific spice, but it's just a mixture of
Well, when you buy curry at the store, it's yellow powder and it just says curry on it, so you do think it's a spice.
Yeah, I know.
But it's not.
It's not. It's just this mix of spice. That's it.
See, I learned something today. Very interesting. All right, so show us how to make this great pumpkin Thai pizza.
All right, like I said, this just came about because I wanted to throw things together that I had in my fridge. So it's a bunch of random international foods. For instance, instead of pizza crust, we're going to use naan, which is an Indian flatbread. It's a little more buttery. And then the only thing I used was marinara sauce. I happen to have some left over from pasta. So the first step is we're going to mix some of our sauce in to make it a little bit spicier. And then,
now, how spicy is that yellow pumpkin sauce?
It's about medium. It really depends on how used to hot stuff you are.
Go slow at first and then add as you can.
You can work your way
I would
up.
recommend that. Yeah.
So I'm just going to scoop this right on. It's the easiest thing ever. You just use the bread, and you can substitute pita, you can substitute flatbread, or you can actually substitute pizza crust. But like I said, I didn't have any available. It's really simple.
This is great because most people do have some kind of bread in their fridge.
Yeah.
They may not have pizza crust, but this would work.
And you always think of mozzarella cheese on pizza, but I just happen to have some shredded Mexican cheese from some Mexican food that I was working on.
Use what you got.
Then all you do is put it on. Now we have a huge mixture of Thai ingredients here. Like you said, we wanted to do something for the fall, so we made pumpkin, which also enhances the sauce. You can just cut the meat out of the pumpkin, which is this part right here, wrap it in foil, coat it with some olive oil, and bake it for about 20 minutes at 375 in the oven.
And so they say you're roasting it.
Yeah, you're roasting the pumpkin. So we have roasted pumpkin here. I also sprinkled some salt and some cinnamon on it.
Can you buy pumpkin like this already made?
Oh yeah, you can buy it canned, you can buy it pureed. Any type of food store will have it already made.
But it's better to have the fresh, right? The
Thai food is
a lot better.
Especially in season now.
Sure.
Thai food is all about freshness, so you want to use that instead of canned. We have all these fresh herbs, so we have some Thai basil. It's a little bit different from American basil. You can tell because of the purple stem, but it's very fragrant. It's a little bit sweeter.
So we can put this on top. Of basil, don't you?
This is kind of our version of a margarita pizza, which uses regular basil, so we want to use Thai basil.
Couple of leaves there.
It's basically pick and choose whatever you like. We have some lemongrass, Thai chilies, some shallots, kaffir lime leaf, mint. All these are very popular in Thai culture, Thai ingredients in cooking. So it's up to you which ones you want to use.
How did you learn all this?
From her. She worked at her mom's restaurant for about 20 years in Thailand.
Really?
So
what is better than mama's recipe, right?
So your mom was in the restaurant business.
Yeah, that's how I grew up. I started off from washing the dish first, and then
starting
go up from cutting stuff, and then prep, and then cook.
All right, so after you do all this, then what happens?
After you top it exactly how you want, you just stick it in the oven right on the rack, preheat to 425, and cook for 12 minutes, and that's it.
There you go.
So you just have to remember bread, marinara sauce, and cheese, and then put whatever you want on top.
You know, the thing about cooking a pizza in the oven is getting it hot enough, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you've got to make it sure that oven reaches that temperature. You said 450, right?
You kind of have to experiment depending on which kind of bread. Our recipe is for naan, which is a little bit thicker, so if you use pita, you're going to have to decrease the time a little bit.
And the other issue is, do you put it on a pan in the oven, or just right on the rack?
No.
Put it right on the rack. If you put it on a pan, then the bottom will get soggy. That's just how that's a lesson that I learned the hard way.
Good to know. These are important tips, right?
And then we're going to top it off with some more of our sauce. You can just put it on as much as you like, depending on how hot it is, how much you like spice on your food.
And you love pumpkin, right? I read that you are a pumpkin lover.
I had to convert her to a pumpkin lover, and that happened because of our sauce, because we made it taste Thai enough that it masked the pumpkin enough for her.
Oh my gosh!
So here we
you
have
had some already done over the years. This is how it comes out of the oven.
Since it takes some time, this is our margarita version with just Thai basil, and this is our fully loaded one. We have some bean sprouts on here as well, cilantro.
Let's see. Ooh.
And then all you have to do is cut it into 4 pieces. It makes a single serving, so it's really great for game day. You know, if you want to share it with some of your friends,
football season.
everyone can customize their own.
That, right?
And it's so simple.
Oh, gotta try it. All right, it's my day to eat food, right? I didn't get any pumpkin yet. Oh, whoa, whoa.
There's a little bit of a delayed reaction.
Yeah, I got that.
Chilies, yeah.
Very good. You guys are great at making pumpkin pizzas, and I love your sauce. Now, Apinya, tell us about your sauce. There's one named after you, right?
Yes.
The Apinya sauce.
It is. This is my real name. Apinya means knowledgeable or knowledge in Thai, which I got it from my mom, yes. And he's happened to love my cooking. I inspired him about the sauce and the flavor, so he wanted to name it after me.
And what makes the Apinya so special?
The unique ingredients and the flavor that is very, very kind of complexity in the flavor itself. And we use special ingredients that we don't use that much here. And a lot of Thai chilies, also sweet and sour, if you have heard about or tasted with a spring roll or something like that. We want to make something that's different. And it's spicy. That's the main thing. Not just sour. This is flavorful and spicy, like a real spice.
So you have the Apinya and the pumpkin and several other flavors as well?
We have some that are influenced by Peruvian cuisine. We kind of mix Thai ingredients into each one, Moroccan style and Indian style, based on our travels. So.
And these sauces are all handmade, lovingly, right? Where can you get a hold of these?
We have a bunch of small retailers in D.C., like if you know Smucker Farms, Glen Garden Market, really small specialty stores. Relay Foods if you want to shop with your other groceries online, or our website, which is apinya.co.
Apinya.com. Adam and Apinya Ross, owners of Apinya Thai Food Company. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Love the pizza.
Thank you.